Hello there, I'm Anna. Welcome to my home garden. I wanted to talk today about winter sowing, the varieties that I am starting, and then just how to do it because it's so easy and hands-off. If you're like me and you have a toddler, this might be the perfect method. It's just a simple way. You basically take a container like this. A lot of people use maybe a milk carton or something like that. Remove any kind of tags. You want to let as much light in as possible. And then we're going to cut it open and plant inside of it. And they're just going to grow all by themselves until spring. How nice is that? So the first step is to select what kind of seeds you want to grow. And I'm going to be doing a combination. I'm going to grow both flowers and vegetables with winter sowing. So I've already gotten a few of these started, but I thought I would just share the process with you. I have started bachelor buttons, gorgeous little blue flowers. You want to look for flowers that are a little bit cold hardy, things that you can start in the early spring anyways. They're just going to be the easiest ones to do with winter sowing. I also, let me pull it out here. Yeah, I also started some sweet alyssum, another plant that's pretty cold tolerant. Can you hear the chickadees? They're mad at me because I'm near their bird feeder. Another plant that's really cold tolerant. Right, so flowers like that are absolutely the easiest. Bachelor buttons, sweet alyssum, kind of on the flower annual / vegetable combined is artichokes. And so I am going to start some artichokes as well. Now, if you've been around for a while, you know I have this home garden, which is a very small backyard garden, and then I also have a community plot. So some of those things, like those huge artichokes, they're going over to the community plot to grow. The rest of the things I'll grow here. I'm also going to do some bunching onions. I have a crimson forest, which has a really pretty red base. So kind of, just your typical bunching onions, scallion, but with a red base. So that's kind of fun. And then the Tokyo long white bunching onion, which is my tried and true, like these grow amazing. I've grown them in containers very often for years and years and years and just absolutely love them. So that's a really great variety too for bunching onion. And then I'm going to do some red onions. This is a red amposta. My family just loves red onions. We eat a lot of those. So I thought that would be a really good one to start. I like starting onions in winter sowing method because it's almost like getting onion sets. You grow them all together. Yes, they're nicely packed in, but then you just separate them out and plant them wherever you want to have your onions. And it's like a really simple way to get your own little onion sets, I think. So onions are a great one for this. I'm also going to do some leeks. This is a carnation leek, which is just a really nice, big, it's supposed to be a really vigorous and fast growing leek. And that's kind of what I'm looking for because I'm not a leek growing expert. I wanted something that would just grow really well, grow nice and fast. We get pretty warm here in the spring, so a nice fast growing leek is perfect for me. And then I'm also going to do some shallots. I've had some poor luck with the shallots, so I figured that maybe winter sowing would be a good way. I had trouble in the fall, squirrels got into them, things like that have happened to my shallots. So I thought that maybe if they're contained in something like this, then that'll be an easier way for them to grow. And then what I'm going to start with you guys are some echinacea. So perennials are a really good one to start with winter sowing as well. Okay, let's get that echinacea planted. So the next step was just to cut this container. Be very, very careful. Always cut away from yourself. Remember your safety, whatever you're using. And then you're going to add a couple inches of soil. You can use potting mix. I'm going to use a seed starting mix just because I think that'll be good for these little seedlings. And you just need a couple inches. Once you get a good seedling developed, you're going to pot this out anyway. So you don't need a ton of soil in here. And then you are going to just plant your seedlings or plant your seeds. Plant your seeds the way you normally would. No special requirements around that. And label. I recommend putting the label inside the container so that it doesn't wear off, or if this is out in the sun, it's not going to wear off or anything like that. And because this is one of those seed starting things, you're probably going to end up starting a few, so start by labeling just in case you end up doing a bunch. You want to make sure you know what all your seedlings are. And then we're going to tape it. And I just use like a clear packing tape because we want to let as much light in as possible. So if you have a clear packing tape, that's really good. And just go around. Now, you definitely can water this in to start with. I probably should have done that before I taped it shut, but if this was really wet mix, and I'm just going to water it now over the top. So definitely more ideal if you can water it before you tape it shut, and that is what I did with the other ones. But this is the fun thing about winter sowing, is it's no maintenance. So unless it really, really dries out, like you live in a very dry climate, all the little rainwater is going to water this. You don't have to do another thing. So we're just gonna go stick it over with the other ones, and then we'll be done. So that is all there is to it. I hope you got a couple ideas of something that you can winter sow, and thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.